Here's a story. Brady is going to give the Tampa Bay Buccaneers another gift. According to a story I'm reading this morning, Brady, who, by the way, in the year he was the MVP in 2017, made $1 million a year in salary, so he's always tweaked his salary. He is willing to sign an under-the-market deal again, redo his deal, and do it again under the market. And it's interesting. In the last 18 years in the NFL, think about this. If you make more than Tom Brady in the last 18 years, you cannot win a Super Bowl unless your last name is Manning. Last 18 years, Eli twice, Peyton once. If you make more than Tom Brady does, you can't win a Super Bowl unless your last name is Manning. So one of the advantages to being rich is that you can make decisions based on stuff beyond money, quality of life, teammates I want to play with. But it's interesting because Aaron Rodgers and Russell Wilson are in the stage where they want to make every dollar they can. And it's interesting. 2 years ago, I could be wrong on this, 2 years ago, Green Bay wanted Robbie Anderson. The Jets had Robbie Anderson, and Carolina got him, and Green Bay couldn't. Can you imagine Davante Adams and Robbie Anderson? They couldn't get him because they couldn't afford him. And Green Bay would have J.J. Watt today, if Aaron took a pay cut. And you think to yourself, well, why should he take a pay cut? Well, because he probably paid $700,000 for his house. I mean, again, I always say this. If you play in Miami or Seattle, you're paying no state tax. So you do have to consider the advantage. Could you give up a little bit of salary to get a star receiver or a star left tackle if you're a player? But, everybody talks about commitment. Everybody says I'm all in. Brady's really the only athlete that is all in. Like everything. $2 million on his body, won't drink a beer during the season, and I'm going to give up massive money to win. And I've said this with LeBron. LeBron does the commitment to his body, commitment to excellence during the season. He drinks a little wine during the season, whatever. But it is interesting. LeBron makes $65 million a year in shoes and apparel. He's worth $900 to $950 million. He has AD and Dennis Schroeder. He could have another all-star if he just said, what do I care? It doesn't matter to me. And again, I'm not here to tell people to take money or not, but it shows the commitment. Everybody says I'm all in. But Russell Wilson is still in the stages, I'm going to make as much as I can. Same with Aaron, same with LeBron. I'm not criticizing, but it does give you a sign of what Brady is willing to do. 3 years ago, he made $1 million in salary the year he was MVP. Like that's what he does to manipulate his contract. And I just think if you look at Tampa, when I watched Tampa against Green Bay and I watched Tampa against Kansas City, my takeaway was, damn, they got a lot of good players. They don't have a weakness. Their weakness is youth. That's it. They don't have a single place on the field. You're like, they don't have a good enough player. So, and Brady taking less gives them, if you took Shaq Barrett off them and you take Antonio Brown off them, they're not the same football team. So, when you watch them in the Super Bowl, I'm sitting in a hospital bed, and my takeaway is, it's an all-star team. It is an all-star team. Can you imagine if Green Bay now had Robbie Anderson and Davante Adams and J.J. Watt? Okay, what wouldn't they have? They would be stacked everywhere because their offensive line's top 5. It's just that simple. So, by the way, they're probably going to lose Aaron Jones this year. Excellent running back. Why? Because they can't afford him. I'm not telling Aaron to take a pay cut. I'm just saying when people say they're committed, Brady has taken it to a level of, I won't get paid much. He's the best quarterback ever. He's like the 22nd highest paid quarterback. That's total commitment. All right, Kevin O'Connor, great NBA guy around the